Going on, y'all? Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment here again with another one. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not a member, and hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. Now, yesterday, uh, Dirk Nowitzki, uh, who pretty much really doesn't need that much of an introduction, and if you really paid attention to basketball over the course of the last 20 years. Uh, he had his jersey raised to the ceiling and jersey retired, and then also Mark Cuban unveiled a statue in his honor. Now, of course, you know that Dirk Nowitzki, and this is just in my opinion, he revolutionized the way that the big men had played in terms of the modern NBA. I felt like he gave the start to a lot of what you see now, such as the Jokic's, you know, even Joel Embiid to a certain degree, being able to bring it out, to the perimeter as a 7 footer. And what's also remarkable is that he played all of his 21 NBA seasons with the Dallas Mavericks, which is a record for any player with the single with the single team. Um, you know, the ceremony was done pretty much at the Mavericks um, game against the Golden State Warriors, in which they won that game. And you know, Jason Kidd, man, was there in attendance. Now, I thought that this was great that Jason Kidd was there because Jason Kidd began his career with the Mavericks, and then ultimately he ended it on a good note with the icing on the cake with Dirk Nowitzki and them winning that championship. Now, Dirk Nowitzki, man, I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't like Dirk when he first began, but then the more I watched him, the more I was able to really appreciate his game. And then also, a lot of people don't understand the type of work ethic that Dirk Nowitzki had. It's unlike anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So, and part of the reason why I felt like he was, at times he would jack the ball up a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize how hard he did work. You know what I'm saying? And there was a few other areas of his game that I wish that he would have just expounded upon. But that's neither here nor there. But one thing that you can't take away from is the 2006, 2007 MVP. Also leading the Mavericks to their only title in 2010. And uh, of course he had got a Finals MVP under his resume too because he put up 26 and 9, and that was on 37% 3-point shooting. And that was when they had beat the Heat that consisted of LeBron, Bosh, and D Wade. Um, and Dirk Nowitzki had this to say. He said, "quote Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart and making this an incredible journey, or this journey incredible. Excuse me." And he said, "Thank you for taking in a long, lanky kid over 20 years and making him one of your own. I'll always be grateful." You know. Now, what's cool about this man is the statue. I like the statue. I like the statue. And for a while, if you really want to be honest, a lot of people really started to pattern their game after Dirk Nowitzki. You know what I'm saying? They won't admit it. Like Kevin Durant. He he took a lot from Dirk Nowitzki. A lot of guys started to take that one leg shot away from Dirk Nowitzki, and on top of that, him bringing his game out to the perimeter and stuff, and making it cool for a 7-footer to shoot. Of course, just like any other Caucasian player that comes in, they're gonna try to compare him to Larry Bird and all that other stuff. But I've already done that comparison. If you go back and you go look at my videos, Larry Bird was on a whole nother level, and to me there were two different types of players. Now maybe from a shooting aspect or whatever, there's some similarities here and there, but uh, Larry and Dirk Nowitzki were two different types of players. Now this is the thing too. you know, I know that Luca is there, and he's seen as a guy and everything, but he's got big shoes to fill, for real. He's got really, really big shoes to fill. And for Luca, the 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 time for making excuses and you crying because you're not getting your way and stuff like that. Dirk Nowitzki never did any of that. Yeah, he would complain to the refs and all that other stuff, but I'm just talking about him piping down that really old school mentality, like, okay, I'm gonna bounce back. Because there were some dark days in Dallas, and it took him a while to get it done, while he was getting there, closer, time and time again, they would be bounced out, wouldn't quite make it there. But for the most part, you can't take the fact that he stayed with his organization the whole entire time. And see, that's what a lot of guys in the LDBC actually do talk about in reference, as opposed to, uh, stacking the deck or, getting a whole bunch of superstars on your team and stuff like that. Doing it the way that, you know, an ultimate competitor should want to do it, which is to beat the best. And that's what you have to give Dirk Nowitzki the credit for. As I look at this Lakers team and I look at the age and stuff like that, it always goes back to what I've talked about before. When you look at the age of the Dallas Mavericks, they didn't make any excuses, and as a matter of fact, those guys still went out there and competed at a high level, and they they weren't inefficient about anything. Everybody knew their role. Everybody knew that, okay, they weren't in the prime of their careers anymore, but they got it done as a team. And were they spring chickens? Absolutely not. But they still were able to get it done and be successful. So that's why, like, I never look at, oh yeah, well, man, they're too old, or they're aging, or all this other stuff. Man, get out of here with that. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. The Spurs, like I said time and time again, the Bulls were old at one time, or quote unquote old, or what y'all call old. The Spurs were old, quote unquote, or what y'all call old, and the Mavericks were old, and the 60s Boston, 67 or 68 Boston Celtics. They were quote unquote old too. So we got to stop with all these different type of excuses as it pertains to aging and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you out there, you out there. You're competing, you're competing. It's just no excuses in my book. But anyways, yeah, Dirk Nowitzki, man, a remarkable career. What he's given to Dallas, and he's also in the front office. I'm looking for Dirk Nowitzki actually to not even grow further from a advisor, because right now he's a special advisor. I would like him to go further into the front office. That's the same thing that I was talking about with Mike Tomlin, in regards to him. I would like to see Dirk Nowitzki go higher in there, even rubbing elbows with a guy like Michael Finley, who's the VP or assistant VP at this point in time. You know, because Dirk Nowitzki, let's just call it what it is. He brought the Larry O'Brien there. That's something that you can't do to him along with the other guys there, but him being that superstar talent and the superstar on the team, and the leader, he brought it there. So he has every right to pretty much do what he wants. Now, everybody's not cut out for the front office and um, you know doing things behind the scene. Everybody's not cut out for it. But do I believe that Dirk Nowitzki is? Yeah, and I feel like he's a guy not only with with the combination of Jason Kidd and a few others in the Mavericks organization, they can challenge Luca because I know that that's what they want to do. They want to challenge Luca, and Luca does need to be challenged. He's still young, but at the same token, we live in this society now where they want stuff quick, fast, in a hurry. That includes the player itself. They want stuff and success quick, fast, in a hurry, and it just doesn't happen like that. But if you want to see success, you're gonna have to work damn hard at it. It's just not gonna fall into your lap. And also, you can't sit there and blame everybody that's in the organization, march up in the front office, trying to get people fired and stuff like that. That's just a bitch ass way of doing shit. That's not working hard for what you want. So I gotta give credit to Dirk Nowitzki, and see a lot of people during that time. Let's. This is the last point I want to make too. You say what you want, man. Mark Cuban, Mark Cuban, man. You could hate him or love him. Okay, there's no in between. I've always been a fan of Cuban. Okay, even when they were hating on him, they were telling they were always criticizing him, what he did, what he's done as an owner, him not bringing in enough of this type of players and all this other stuff. But look at this, you know. What you don't know is that Mark Cuban, while you might get the perception of him all messed up and stuff like that. Look, he was the one that tried to give um, Delonte West another shot. You know what I'm saying? At actually, just being resilient, bouncing back and stuff again. And I wasn't. I'm not saying that he was gonna go with the Mavericks or anything like that. But he reached out to Delonte West. It's stuff like that that you don't see. That everybody just tends to just overlook and stuff. But he could have been the type to be like, nah, I'm not gonna give him an opportunity, even with him being as successful as he is. And that's what Mark Cuban has been about. But I don't think he gets enough credit for him getting the opportunity. He never gave up on Dirk Nowitzki. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of people that started to give up on Dirk Nowitzki. They they started to give up on Dirk Nowitzki, and on top of that, they started to give up on Mark Cuban too. You know, he got heavily criticized, but the one thing I never criticized Mark Cuban about was his outlook on everything. You know, looking at the long term benefits of everything, and it worked. And hopefully it works for Luca in this case. But y'all let me know what you think, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like the video, share it, subscribe, hit them notifications. Till then, man, it's Polo Sports Talking Entertainment, man. I get at y'all later.